In the previous video, we drafted the pattern, we transferred it to a fresh pattern paper and added our seam allowance all around. Now, while transferring it on fabric, I decided to remove the seam allowance around the armhole because I need to know the fit around the armhole just to be sure there's no form of gaping there. Okay, now to the neckline, I added seam allowance of 1/4 of an inch. To the shoulder seam, I added 1/2 of an inch. To the side seam, I added 1 inch. And to the waist seam, I added 1/2 of an inch. The next step is to create facing to finish the raw edge of the neckline. The width of my facing is going to be 2.5 inches. Now follow the curve of the neckline and from neck point, mark down 2.5 inches until you get to the center front. Now go ahead and connect these points together. This portion is your facing. Now you can either trace this out as a single piece or you can trace it out on fold. I'm going to trace it out on fold. So carefully place your paper on fold and the center front of your pattern should rest on the folded edge of your paper like so. Once that is done, go ahead and trace out the facing onto your pattern paper. Now cut out the pattern. Your facing trace on fold should be like this when you open it. And now you can label it as your front facing. Like we did for the front, we're going to repeat the same process for the back. So carefully follow the curve of the back neckline and then mark down the length of your facing, that is 2.5 inches, all the way from center back toward the shoulder. Connect these points together and now we're going to trace it to a fresh pattern paper. Now for the back, because we have zipper at the center back, we are going to trace out the back facing as a single piece. So now go ahead and cut out the back facing and you should have something like this. Next step, label the center back and the side of the facing, the top of the facing and the bottom so you don't get it mixed up. All right, guys, so we have our facing ready. Now we're going to move to the next step. Now, before you transfer your front pattern to your fabric, you need to place your fabric on fold. So after cutting, when you open the front, it should look like this, okay? Now, for the sake of accuracy, I would say you should mark out all your seam allowance around the neckline, the shoulder seam, and the side seam. And then you need to transfer your dart to the wrong side of your fabric. Whatever you do for the front, repeat it for the back. Now, before sewing your dart, both for the front and back, you should pin your dart in place before sewing. All right, here is my back pattern cut on fabric, and I've also marked out all my seam allowance and also marked out the dart. So I'm going to fold the dart and then take this to my sewing machine and sew. So this is my dart already sewn and I've pressed it. Now for the back, you should press the dart to face the center back. Next, after sewing the back dart, place your facing onto the neckline, right side facing right side, and then sew with 1/4 of an inch. So this is how my darts look on the front. So you want to press the bust dart facing downwards. The waist dart should be facing center front. Next step, I'm going to place my facing around the neckline and carefully mark out my seam allowance, okay? Once that is done, please pin the facing onto the blouse before you start sewing because you don't want this to move. Now I'm done sewing. The next step is to trim down the seam allowance a little bit. And because this is a very curved seam, you want to clip the seam so that you can easily turn the facing to the wrong side. Now, after turning to the wrong side, carefully give it a good press and your neckline should look like this. Repeat the same process for the back and you should have something like this as well. Next step is to join the front and the back together at the shoulder seam and the side seam. Now, hold the front shoulder seam together with the facing, like so, and then open the facing of the back and place the front shoulder seam in between the back facing and the shoulder seam and just wrap it over like you see me doing. Once that is done, pin it in place and then sew with 1/2 inch. Now, join the side seam of both the front and the back together. And what we just did now, you're going to repeat it on the other side. And finally, attach your zipper to the center back. And then you can go ahead and test the bodice to see the fit. Okay guys, this is how the basic bodice block looks on me. I love the fit. It's not too tight, it's not too loose. So you go ahead and make yours and see how it looks on you too. By the way, you might try this for the first time. The fit might not be right. That is okay. Most of you would have to try this a couple of times to get the fit right. There's always room for adjustment. All right, guys, this brings us to the end of this video. I hope you found this one helpful. If you did, remember to leave a comment for me, like this video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet subscribed. And also click on the notification bell so you do not miss out on my next video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you on my next one. Till then, keep creating and have a lovely day. Bye-bye.